You guys, so welcome back. If you guys are new to my channel, hello, my name is Stephanie and we are going to be testing out the entire Naked collection from Urban Decay. They just recently launched the Naked Cherry collection. Do I have something in my teeth? Okay. I just didn't even think about that. I never even thought to check. But if you guys want to see the entire collection, I'm doing a first impression on the entire thing. Then let's get into it. And then once I get done with the impression, then what we're going to do is we're going to talk about it. So if you guys want to see how I did this look, my first impressions on it, then let's get into this. So excited about this, you guys. The packaging on this is gorgeous. I will say it's one of my favorites of the Naked palettes. This is what it looks like. Honestly, straight off the bat, I feel like it looks a little bit similar to the Naked 3 palette, just a little similar. I actually don't own the Naked 3, but from what I remember, it definitely looks like it. But you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I probably am. Most of the time I am. For the very first shadow we're going to go ahead and use is going to be called Hotspot. And I'm just going to go ahead and use that to set the entire base. We're going to go ahead and start off with this color right here, which is called Feels. It's super, super pretty, you guys. And I'm going to use that to go all over the lid kind of as a transition shade for all of the colors that we're going to be using today. Next color I'm going to go in with is the darkest shade in the palette called Privacy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take it on this really small brush. This here is by Scone. It's a smudger brush. We got it in our Ipsy bag. And I'm going to be taking it and I'm going to follow along my crease area. I'm going to really define it because we are going to cut the crease today. No, so far the colors that I've been using, the matte shades, have been really easy to work with. They remind me very much so of the other Naked palettes. I haven't had an issue with blending it out. It got a little splotchy right here, but that's because it seems like I had missed a spot where I had not set it, so I just blended it out, but it seems to be working pretty well. I mean, I'm having no issues right now. The darkest shade is blending out really nicely. I mean, this is only 2 to 3 layers of the darkest shade, and it's got pretty good pigment. Now to cut the crease, okay, now that I have both of them on, we're going to go ahead and cut the crease all the way across. We're going to go like this and then like that. So I'm going to be using the Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Full Coverage Concealer. The very first color I'm going to be taking for the lid shade is called Bang Bang. For the rest of the lid, I'm going to be taking the shade Young Love. All right, you guys, so I'm getting glitter everywhere. It's one thing about glitter, right? It just gets everywhere. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to apply some lashes. I'm going to go in with the Dollar Lash Club lashes in the style Ciara. They did come out with 2 gel pencils. They came out with a Love Drug and Black Market, and Love Drug has a little bit of glitter in it, and I feel like because of this look, since it's already so cherry, I really want to add some sort of black. So we're going to actually go in with Black Market. To blend that shade out, I'm going to go in with this shade Devilish again, and I'm just going to use a pencil brush to apply it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to take this shade because this is the only one that has a blush in the center. I'm going to be pretty light-handed with this blush. I'm going to use this shade to highlight on the cheekbone area. So before we go ahead and finish off the look, we're going to apply lipstick. In the collection, there are a total of 3 shades. This one has a beautiful little cherry on it as part of their collection. The first one we're going to swatch here is called Juicy, which is a metallicized lipstick. This one has got more of a sheen to it. It's not going to be as pigmented. This is more of like a topper in my opinion. The next shade we have is called Devilsh. This one here is really pretty. It's got a little bit more pigment. It did take a couple swipes, but you could definitely build it up. And here is a Cherry, which is going to be your deepest one. This is going to be perfect for fall. This here is a cream finish. It's a very wine color, very burgundy. So I'm going to actually go in with the shade Cherry to apply all over my lip. Now that we're done with the look, we're going to go ahead and set everything. This is what I'm really excited about, you guys. It is the Urban Decay All Nighter Cherry Scented Makeup Setting Spray. Oh my gosh, that smells incredible, you guys. It's not super sweet. I expected it to be really sweet. No, it's not like that, and it doesn't linger, which is nice too. So you get that instant whiff, and then it's like gone, but it smells really good. It smells really good. So let's start off with the lipsticks first. There are 3 lipsticks from what you guys saw, and they are limited edition. 2 of them are metallicized. 1 of them is a cream finish. I don't normally like to go too deep with cream finishes. I normally like to keep my cream finishes with like a taupe color. So for me, this is something I probably wouldn't wear all the time because I could definitely see it getting everywhere throughout the day, but the colors are pretty. Would I say that you have to get them? No, I definitely think that they are really, really pretty and they're really cute for the collection and they definitely fit, but they aren't something that I think is something you need to have ASAP. So let's talk about the liners. So let's talk about the liners. They are their original formulas, which is the 24/7 Glide On, which are also waterproof, which I don't think I mentioned that to you guys in my first impressions. These are waterproof. I really do love their 24/7 pencils. I think they're amazing. In my opinion, they are amazing. I would definitely recommend these. I have so many of them and I absolutely love them. I think they have some of the best formulas. Let's dive into the palette, which has a blush and a highlighter, this trio. So this one here is an iridescent shift. It's going to be white, but it's going to have a shift of a pink tint to it. So if you guys like those kinds of shades, I think you might actually like it. The one here is the blush, and this blush they state is universally flattering. We also have this shade, which is a gold shade, but it does have a pink shift to it also. And this one's really pretty. When I saw this palette, I thought immediately of their last collab that they did with Kristen Leanne. You guys can see I have it right here because I wanted to test it. So this is her collab palette, and this is the new one. And this one here is very similar as far as packaging goes. The only difference between what's inside is that the Naked palette has a blush and hers is an entire highlighting palette. I thought would be very similar to this one, but it's not. This one runs more gold tone. This one has a more pink shift to it. $34 for this one is what they say retails for. Let's move into this bad boy because this is the one I really wanted to talk to you guys about. So this one here retails for $49. You guys can tell, like, it's so pretty. It's so luxurious. It's got great color tone to it. And you guys saw in my first impressions that there were a lot of really good shadows that I played with. I had no issues blending them out, no issues with them getting patchy. One got patchy, but it was just because I didn't set it correctly, but that's more my fault. So when I was looking at comments about it on Trend Mood, a lot of people were saying that it looked very similar to the Naked 3. And I do remember playing with the Naked 3, and I personally didn't care for it. That palette had a lot of light shades, and I felt like a lot of the light shades looked very similar on my skin tone. Like you couldn't really see any changes in color. But the other thing I noticed with that palette too is that there's a lot of light shades and then just a few dark shades. It's a very soft baby pink. Like that's what you're gonna get, are those soft colors, versus this palette where you do get the pinks, yes, but this is very pink, more plum, more rich tone, more depth to the colors. So you're gonna get a lot of different shades of pink and burgundy bases, which I personally like. I think it's a beautiful palette for the fall time. I think you're gonna really play around with this palette more so. This is definitely a really great palette. I actually would purchase this palette myself. I like the colors, I like the way that it looks, and I like that they added a little bit more depth. I think this palette is sort of like the Naked 3, but it's like one of those palettes where if the Naked 3 was too light for you, it would be like the sister to it. It's just gonna give you more richness to the look. That is everything, you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed my review and my thoughts on it, and you guys got to see the first impressions and then really see how it performed. And let me know down below if you guys plan to get any of this collection and what you guys were excited about when you saw it, or if it was just like a collection for you guys. Otherwise, thank you again for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, weekend, whatever it is. And before you guys head out, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button down below so you guys are a part of my family. If you guys are already subscribed, please make sure to hit that notification bell, and then I will have some videos linked right here on the sidebar, and you guys can check those out if you guys haven't seen them. So thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye.